Hello, and welcome to Royal Cyber's official podcast where we explore the latest in technology, innovation, and digital transformations. I'm your host, Humza, and today we are diving into a pivotal topic for enterprises transitioning from IBM WebSphere application server VAS to WebSphere Liberty using Royal Cyber's W2LM solution. Joining me is our technical lead in Middleware Modernization of APIs, Owais, who has been instrumental in guiding clients through this migration journey. Hello, Owais. Welcome to our podcast. How are you doing today? And what are we going to discuss today?
Thank you, Hamza. First of all, thank you for having me in this podcast again. And we will certainly discuss IBM WebSphere Traditional along with IBM WebSphere Liberty, especially its migration, what issues does the customer face, and how RC is trying to solve that migration process.
Right. And for those who might not be deeply familiar, what's the difference between traditional WebSphere and WebSphere Liberty?
Okay, so the main difference between traditional WebSphere and WebSphere Liberty is that, especially how they are built and used. So first of all, WebSphere traditional is quite heavy. It was old school, and it was designed for very older and larger enterprise applications to run upon. And it especially takes a longer time to start, and it is very hard to change quickly. For instance, the configuration or any application on it. But on the other hand, we have WebSphere Liberty, which is a newer modern approach. It is lightweight. It also very quick and very fast, and especially it is very easier to use in modern environments and easier to develop new applications on. So it also has containers including Docker and DevOps pipeline as well. So in summary, you can say that Liberty is more flexible and modern compared to traditional WebSphere.
So I understand the optimization and the requirement for enterprises, saving costs and stuff. So that we all understand. So are there any common challenges during this migration process?
Yeah, there are many challenges that client actually faces during the migration. So first of all, there are dependency issues. There are unsupported APIs during the migration. There might be outdated libraries or maybe complex server configurations. Most of this can be resolved with the available IBM migration toolkit, but there are some certain issues that our client faced, and that's why we then came up with our own solution.
That makes sense as I've dealt with quite a few dependencies issues in my client interactions as well. So how does Royal Cyber facilitate this transition?
What Royal Cyber did was they first of all created their own custom solution known as W2LM, which is WebSphere to Liberty Migration, WAS to Liberty Migration. And this comprehensive solution, we created the solution in order to simplify the whole migration process. So one of the features that it has is, first of all, it has multi-platform support. It ensures compatibility across different environments. Then it has built-in integration with IBM tools, including both like the IBM migration tool, including the binary scanner, and the second is the transformation advisor. And then we have the one-time setup. So it needs to be set up only once, and then you can have this migration solution in your environment. Then we have single click backup and migration, and we have support for server and applications that needs to be migrated onto the newer hardware and newer environment. And so in the end, we have detailed reports as well. So in contrast, what happened was after creating our solution, we were able to understand that our approach was able to reduce this migration efforts by 70%, and this was accelerating the whole migration process, and our clients were more satisfied with the whole process and the visibility that it provides.
Right, because client satisfaction is the main priority of any project. So it's quite impressive about the figures you quoted. So can you walk us through the typical migration process using W2LM?
Okay, so in order to use W2LM in your environment, first of all, we as a team, what we do is we first of all assess and plan the existing VAS environment, and we try to understand the application dependencies along with the migration objectives that needs to be withheld. Then we try to analyze each and every application, whether it is compatible with the Liberty and what are the necessary adjustments that require. Then we try to migrate, or we create a plan for data migration. If, for instance, if any database are involved, we plan and migrate those data. Then we perform testing on applications on the newer WebSphere Liberty, and then we develop and deploy the whole process and migrate the and monitor the whole process for a smoother transition. And in the end, we monitor everything and try to optimize it for our clients in turn so that they get a much more better result with transparency.
Right, right. Post optimization and monitoring is quite important in every project, that too in a migration project. So that's quite encouraging. What advice would you give to teams planning a migration today?
A simple advice would be so that organization can start small. They can try the traditional IBM toolkit to try to migrate. But if they face to any issues, they can contact us and we can actually help them. So they can then start using our tools and our solution to make the migration more easier and more sustainable.
Right. Excellent insights from W2LM. I believe it's quite an important solution that you have built at Royal Cyber, and it will be enhancing the WebSphere to Liberty migration. So, thank you everyone for joining our podcast. This wraps up our episode on migration from WebSphere to Liberty using a Royal Cyber's W2LM solution. If you're looking to modernize your middleware infrastructure, reach out to us at Royal Saber. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Awais, for your time. And until next time, goodbye.